Yes.
Yeah, so let me check on my phone also. Yeah,
Yeah.
also on my
I
phone
will
it
see
has
that.
sent me a notification.
Yeah,
I
mine
think
too.
I was on trial. Anyway, I can see people are joining.
Oh,
You're
okay, that's
welcome,
good.
those who are joining. So we're going to give them like 5 minutes before we start. Eve
Okay, that's
Maniafu,
good.
hi.
Hi.
So you guys, let's give ourselves like 5 minutes and then we can start. This is so nice because it's my first time actually. It is really good.
Okay.
Hi, Jaden. Shakira, hi. You're welcome, guys. So I guess today we are going to talk more about teachers, especially immigrating to Japan as a teacher. That is preparation tips, interview preparation tips, and also how you can, and the whole process in general.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and those who are watching, you can ask your question regarding how to migrate to Japan as a teacher, and also we are going to come up with like ideas on how to go about it. Hi, Christine, you're welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I'm a teacher for over 10 years. Wow,
Oh, congratulations.
you have more experience than we have actually.
Yeah.
You have more experience than we have, but that's good. You can always try to change the environment, if that's how I can put it.
Yes.
Jaden is saying that my interview was moved from Thursday to tomorrow, and actually, there's something I noticed. They're not giving the same questions with everyone. Like after like 5 sessions, they're going to change the interview questions because the question that I got, a friend of mine went to the same interview, but she got different questions, like interview questions. Yeah.
Okay.
So I would like you enlighten us on some of the questions that people might expect when they're going for those interviews.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, so actually today we're going to, so this will probably do many other sessions in regards to the interview sessions.
Okay.
But today, I don't know, I think you can play some feedback. I can hear myself back. I don't know why.
Okay, let me put my earphones. What about now? Are we good?
Let me see. Yeah, that's good now. That's good. I think it was the earphones here.
Yeah, so we're good.
Yeah. So I'd like to actually share something important with guys today. We're going to look at how do you prepare yourself for that interview, because Japan has its own way of representation, how you present yourself professionally. Yeah. They have
Okay.
their color codes. So it's very important for us to understand. And there are also things, we're going to look at what things are actually unacceptable in Japan.
Okay.
So how you present yourself, and as we could get now to the interview questions that may actually come. Hi, Jackson.
Hi to you. I'm just trying to set up something so you can just continue. I'm listening.
Yeah, this is just like a brief. So we've not started yet. You've just joined us just at the right time.
Okay, just continue. I'm listening. I'm trying to set up. My lighting is not proper, as you can see, but I'll still be here.
Okay,
Okay.
sounds.
Yeah.
Okay, Joy, you can continue.
Oh yeah, so I was saying this. Those are the first thing we're going to look at. How do you present yourself? Because as we know, the first impression is very important. Yeah. So we're going to look at how should you dress up. How should you have your hair for men and for both men and women?
Okay.
Because this hair, it's so cute, but it's not for an interview.
Ah,
Yes,
okay.
and also I'm looking at some of the very first questions you're going to should be asked in the one-on-one question. You know, the written interview is a bit easy because you can take your time, read the question, and also do some research. But that one-on-one question is the most is the one that you really need to prepare well for.
Okay.
Yes.
So, so far, let me see. My interview was, at the moment, I'm not employed. What interview alipataje haki I need. So we're going to look onto that, like how can you get those interview. And
Mm.
so I guess we can start. We can start by you telling us on how we need to dress or how we need to prepare ourselves for interviews.
Okay, that's right. So first of all, for those who don't know me, my name is Joy, and I'm a teacher in Japan, central of Japan. It's called Gifu. And I also have a YouTube channel. It's Jolly Joy. Yes, see, that's where you can find me and find more information about what I share in regards to Japan. So I came to Japan this year, having applied for a job in 2020. So I've gone through a couple of interviews, but finally I was actually started with Intera, and I got offered a job, but I couldn't travel because Japan was totally locked down from 2020, and it opened this year in April. That's when they opened for, not fully for everyone, but basically for people who are coming for business or you're coming to visit family. Not even family, actually. In April, they opened for people who are coming for employment. But
Oh,
in June, they opened for visiting family. So tourist is still not open. All
Mm-hmm.
right, so that's me. Now, to talk about the interview questions, first of all, before we get to the interview questions, how do you dress yourself? I came with notes, so allow me to read.
It's
So I'm
okay.
happy because, yeah, I don't want to miss anything. So first, I'm happy because when we started talking about finding jobs in Japan, and we shared about the tips on how you can apply because someone asked how can I apply, and we shared that, and many people took the initiative and applied, and some have interviews, and that's why we're here today, right?
yeah,
Mm.
so progress.
Yes. Yes, yes. And so, first of all, one thing you need to know about Japan. Japan is very in Japan they love uh, being professional. The professional image is very important, not just for teachers, but when you get into a train going to work on a weekday, people are dressed suit, tie. They look very professional. So, and that's one thing that's expected of you as a teacher. So remember, when you're coming for an interview, look the part, dress professionally. Yeah, you don't have to go and buy a tacky suit, but you can
Mm.
mix and match and look really good. And if you can have a tie for a man, that's very good. And for a lady, if you can have a nice blouse and or just a coat, that's very important. Now, let's look at some of the things that are not accepted in Japan. So, for men with beard, that is unfortunately, if you have facial hair, that is seen as unprofessional. Unprofessional. So, Jackson, get the interview.
Unanyoa.
You clean.
Yes.
You shave clean. Clean
Yes,
shave.
yes, you should clean. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So
Mm.
facial hair is seen as unprofessional. The other thing is for ladies. Also, okay. Before I move on from men, let's start with men. So facial hair, and the other thing is long hair is also seen as unprofessional. So you need to keep your hair short. Yeah, you need to keep your hair short. So that's another point. You don't have to really go for Jordan, but just keep it short and neat.
Mine?
So I have a question, Joy. What
Yes,
if
please.
we have our
Yeah.
men who always have dreadlocks? What about them?
Surprisingly, that's one of the things that is a struggle here in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really the younger generation is kind of embracing it, but that is a bit of a struggle. So they want to keep the hair short. So I've not actually seen any person with dreadlocks here. I'm yet to, but I know they need your hair for a man, have short hair.
Okay.
Then the other thing that's not acceptable is tattoo. So if you have a
Actually,
tattoo,
know it on my interview. They asked me about tattoos. That was a
yeah,
question.
that's right. So
Yeah.
it's seen as it's not acceptable here to have a tattoo. But then the question is, what happens if you already have a tattoo? So the thing is, you have the tattoo if you have it, but never show it. Let it never be seen. So that means long sleeve. Make sure you cover it. Yeah, so that's one of the things that it's important to know about Japan. So if you have it, just make sure if you're going for an interview, it can't be seen because they're gonna ask you. Even just when you're walking on the streets or you're going to a function and you have a tattoo, you have to keep it covered. Yeah,
That's
so
it.
that's okay. So
Okay.
that's something important to know about Japan. So that's for men, yeah. And then
Okay.
what else? Then yeah, so the thing is dress the part, dress the part. Now let's look at ladies. So for women, when it comes to colors, yeah, because us Kenyan people or African people, we love colors, yeah, yellow,
Yeah.
all those colors. That was we love colors for sure. But then one thing about Japan, you gotta keep the colors neutral. Yeah,
Neutral.
keep the colors neutral. Yes. So that means even the suits you go for or the office wear you go for, let it be neutral. So some
What
employers
is
will
neutral?
even tell you,
Just,
yes, Japan,
just
yes,
say, what is neutral? Neutral is white and black?
yes,
Sorry.
that's right. Actually, it is white and black.
Mm-hmm.
Also gray. Gray is acceptable, and maybe brown that's not shouting.
Okay.
But but you can never go wrong with gray and black. Gray, black, and
In
white.
short, what you're trying
Hmm.
to say, we're not like supposed to color crash or have like bright colors.
Yeah, that's right. Bright colors, they will even tell you about dress code because I know Interact actually told me about these are the dress code. So it was black and white and gray.
There's a
Yeah.
question from Athiambo. She's
Yes.
asking, what about ladies with dreadlocks?
You know the good thing about ladies with dreadlocks, they the fact that you're African, they may
They
actually
embrace
miss
it.
out on. Yeah, and you can also do hair under it, like braid it or something. But ladies can get away with it because we are braided. Actually, when I came with my
You
braids,
can
they call
tie
that
them, right?
dreadlocks.
Like you
Yes,
can tie them from back. Okay.
yes, that's right. Yeah. So the other thing about ladies, so colors, even your top, like the blouse you wear, let it not be shouting. Just have cool colors. Yeah. And the other thing about ladies is your hair. So for your hair, it should not be all over your face. You need to tie it back. Uishike nyuma vizuri so that it's not all over you. Because I think they think about you're dealing with children and they don't want your hair all over. So mostly they want your hair tied nicely behind. Yeah, and then another thing about dress code. Japan is a very conservative country. It's a very conservative country, so you shouldn't show anything that's not supposed to be seen. And by that I mean your cleavage should, for the ladies, it should not be down here, should cover everything like very nicely. And also, yeah, and also I see that ladies here don't wear tight, like very tight things, especially if you're going to class. Yeah, you can do your trousers, but guys, when you come here, I don't know. You can also check maybe on on Instagram. You see how when I came here, I was like,
They,
people.
that's why we have like kimono. You see that dress code that they always wear. They have kimonos, like they like covering themselves. That's something I noticed about them.
Yeah, that's right. So if you wear anything that's showing, that's insulting to the people. So you need to dress up and cover up really nicely. And also, I find that ladies wear skirts. Hey, zile skirts za mafiriri huku ndio zilikuja. Huku ndio zilikuja. Wakorino walikuja. Walizitoa huku. Hey, yeah, not I had to, because I did not know some of these things. So I had to go look for those mafiriri skirts because they have to be long. Like you can't show your skirts are not supposed to be above your knee. Actually, your knees should not be seen. So below your knees. Now, if possible, huko chini kabisa. So that's how conservative. You find that people wear baggy clothes, really baggy. Both, that's their style. Yeah, that's their style. And even now, when it's too hot and it was like 40 degrees, hey, people are wearing long sleeve because also short sleeve. You can't do short sleeve in class. Yeah,
It's
short
long
sleeve
sleeve.
like this one I'm wearing, unless you wear a blazer on top, so you can't wear that. So those are some of the things you ought to know as you prepare for interview, and also as you prepare to go shopping to come to Japan. Yeah. So I think we covered. And the last one maybe I should mention is also, of course, you need to iron your clothes, make sure they're nicely ironed. Okay. Pauline has dropped out, but I hope she's coming back. The other thing is also jewelry should be mild. Yeah, jewelry should be mild. Don't overdo jewelry. And then the other thing is also perfume. I find that people do not use perfumes so much. Actually, I haven't. The only thing they use cologne, but it should not be too
strong.
much. Yeah, it should not be strong. Yeah. So,
what about what about this one?
Nails. Oh yeah, you can do your nails. That's for sure. There's no problem, but keep them short. Yeah, keep them short, especially for a teacher who is dealing with children. Yes, Jackson. Sorry, I cut you.
Can you do some makeup? Is it okay to do the makeup we do in Kenya? Is it okay?
Yes, I think you can do your makeup. I think you can do your makeup. I haven't seen a problem or had a problem with makeup. I see actually the women here love their makeup. So yeah, it's okay.
In short, you just need to look presentable and decent, if that's the word.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So that's a very important tip to note, so that as you prepare for interview, don't come with short sleeve, and also look nicely. Let your hair be nice. Yeah, I think that's presentation part is very important.
Okay. I think you have your notes there. I'm waiting for the next part in your notes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting for the moderator to tell me or to comment or to ask any questions. Do you have any questions?
Actually, I'm waiting also for the people to ask questions, because this live is not actually for me, it's for those who are listening. But before that, so that is all about dress code. Like for a lady, you need to tie your hair, you need to have like decent clothes that is not short not short dresses. You said we can wear trousers also, right?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Okay, so so the next question will be, now we have looked at the dress code. What should we do prior to our interview, or what question are we expecting to have when we go for those interviews? Because most of those interviews are going to happen online, right, on Zoom. And
Yes,
that is
that's right.
one good thing about Japan. Like, you don't need to be in Japan for you to apply for the job.
Yes.
You can apply for
Yeah,
that job
that's right.
if you're in Kenya or anywhere else. And then after
Yeah.
that, you can do the interview and immigrate to Japan.
Yes, that's right. So yeah, so now talking about interview preparation. So let's talk about before your interview.
Okay.
First of all, let me tell you, the fact that you got invited for an interview, that's a very good sign that they are going to pick you. It means, number one, they have enough information about you, and they feel like with that information they have about you, you are a person they actually are considering to come to work for them. So they feel like you already match the expectation. So that's the good part. Now, on your part, the first thing before your interview, please go to their website and read more about the company. So, for example, if it's Borderlink or Interact, please go read about them. Yeah, because they are going to ask you, how did you hear about us, first of all? And they might ask you something about them. So it's very important to go and read about them. Again, when you read about them, it helps you to prepare and to know what to answer, and to make sure that your answers match the company. Yeah, and the company expectations as well. Now, the first question that they may ask you is, tell us about yourself. Yeah. So they'll ask you, tell us about yourself. Now, I'll tell you what to say with this question, because this question is very tricky and many people really fail at this question. So,
Okay.
what not to say and what to say when you're thinking about your answer. How should you frame your answer here? First of all, three things to remember when you're answering this question. Your answer should focus on your passion. On your passion. Yeah. Remember, you're being interviewed to work as a teacher. Your passion has to come out in this question. Then number two, your experience. Yeah, because your experience is more important, and they're looking for someone who has some experience. Yeah. And then again, your personality. Also talk about your personality, because they want to see how you're going to relate with the students. So those are very important things, three things to remember. Yeah. Now, so three things to avoid when you're answering this question. So avoid stories and avoid saying many stories. Yeah. Don't start talking about yourself from, when you were growing up and the primary school you went to. Yeah. And also even your secondary school, by the way, don't go
Don't
back.
start from
Don't go that far. Just they want a short, precise answer. So be short and sweet. Be short and sweet. Okay. Now, again, so focus on your passion and your work experience. Now, someone may be here and asking, me, I don't have experience, I just graduated. That's okay. That's okay. So just say, I just graduate. I'm a recent graduate from the University of Nairobi, and I took a bachelor's in maybe science or
education.
political science. Yeah, remember, it doesn't have to be really education, because they require to have any kind of degree. So if it's education, that's it. That's okay. So yeah, so that's very important. Then go to talking about your passion. And just talk about why you're passionate about working with children. Because again, they're going to ask you, the other question they're going to ask you, why children? Yeah. So, yeah, express why. I love working. I find it easy working with children because they are very open to learning. Yeah, and you can also then talk about having helped okay, for example, I can say, because I'm a firstborn and I helped my mom to raise my two brothers, I developed skills of working with children. Yeah, so anyway, so whatever your passion is with working with children, let it come out there, and let your personality come. My name is Joyce Wanjiro. I am passionate. I am outgoing. I am an outgoing person, and I find it easy to work with children or to relate with children. Yeah, so anyway, basically let your answer bring out those three things: your passion, your personality, and your experience. Yeah. If you're an experienced teacher, be it online or even Sunday school. Yeah. Because for me, I've been a Sunday school teacher. So that was one of the things that came out. So
Mm.
that is the question. That's the question number one. Now, Pauline, have I missed out? If I missed out anything, please share, support that.
Can I take you back a bit? Jolie, Joy, can I take you
Yes,
back a little because it's like I missed something about. I was just typing in my computer as you talked about where to
yeah.
find these jobs. I opened Borderlink and the other one is Interact. Interact. It's like I'm not spelling well. So
So, okay,
Interact.
interact. So,
I
INTERAC.
sorry.
I,
INTERAC.
yes, it's,
Interact.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Uh,
that's interact. So, the other
with that.
organizations, they're actually more than maybe about 8 or 9. Interact, there's a JET program, but the JET program is not available in Kenya.
Mhm.
There's ALS, there's JELT,
GC.
is it?
Is it?
Yes,
What about GCL? Is it GCL or what? GC what? I remember
GC,
there was when I was applying with Interact, I
yeah,
was, and I don't know, GC something. But even before we go there, because there's something that
yeah,
people have been asking, you know, we are not the same when it comes to
yeah,
financial status, and we
yeah,
have those people who are looking forward to applying to agencies or hiring agencies that
yeah,
will they are going to cater for flight ticketing. You see,
yes,
Mm.
because again, you see with Borderlink, it's really nice. You get an interview, but again, you need to pay for your flight ticket. You need to
yeah,
pay
Mm.
for your visa. They'll ask you to bring money with you when immigrating to Japan for your
yeah,
personal expense in the first month that you're going to work there. So again,
yeah,
you need to have money. Okay, you
yeah,
need to have a good amount of money. So do you have an idea of
yeah,
or do you have hiring agency in Japan that cater for flights? If you get an
yeah,
interview and you pass, maybe flight or something that it's a bit like when I get there, I'll have somewhere to sleep or
yeah,
accommodations, such kind of
yeah.
stuff.
Mm.
That's great. I totally understand that is quite a challenge, and probably many people have come to that point. Yeah, I already have a friend who's actually coming over with Borderlink. Is it
Okay.
October or November? Yeah.
Mhm.
So so let me first of all explain the money part, why they ask you to have money. So
Mhm.
when you come, Borderlink will pay, they tell you you will not receive your first salary the first month. You'll receive your first salary
Exactly.
the end of,
The second month.
yes. Now, how much does Borderlink pay you, Pauline?
250 to 300.
Yeah, 250 to 300. Yeah.
300. Yeah, and
Yeah.
they
So that,
expect you to have at least 300, 500. That's what they said. I'm sure it's
yeah,
not a must. I have like 300, 500, but that's the
yeah,
maximum they ask you. Of which I understand because they are like considering we're going to pay you 300, 3,000. Let me say
yeah,
300. No, 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 no. How do I put it? $3,000, right? That's
Yeah.
the right
yeah.
way.
So,
200, yeah, 250. No, 2,500 or
500.
$3,000. That's
Yeah.
yeah,
correct.
okay. Let's call
Yeah, that
it
is around
250.
250K to 300K. That is Kenya shillings,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, yes.
So if
Mm.
they are going to pay you that amount of money, for me, this is what I understood. At
Yeah,
least they expect you at least to have that amount of money because the past month, that's what they told me even in my second interview because I have had
yeah,
interview with them twice. I had the first one, which
yeah.
is a group interview, and then
Mm,
they booked me for another interview, which happened on Skype, and I was the only person. It was me
yeah,
and the interview, and we talked much about. They told me we're
yeah.
interested in you, we want you to go, but you have to prepare for this, that, right?
Yes.
So if they are paying you
Mm,
300, actually, if you have experience, they'll pay you
yeah.
300. If you've taught before,
Mm,
for example, for me, I told them I have the Thailand teacher's license. So that was and as for me, I had experience in teaching, so they told me your salary will be 3,000. Okay, that is 300K.
Oh.
But they expect you to, at least when you're coming to Japan, to have some money with you for paying your rent, because you're responsible for your rent. Okay, you're responsible for what you eat. So, maybe your school will not be near the place that you'll be living. You need some money to be like living with a bicycle, with the train. You need all that, because they're not going to pay your salary like immediately after your first month. So you're going to receive a 2 month salary in your second month working with them. I hope I'm clear to that point. So again, the good thing, but there's something I was saying. You see, the good thing with Interact or just moving into Japan is because when you are very sure that they have employed you, you're going to get your visa, you're going to get your ticket, you can always ask this money from people, because you're 100% sure you're going to work. You're not going to look for a job. I have a job, I have a secure job, so I'm moving into Japan immediately. Maybe they told me they'll give me 2 weeks, because I had to go trainings. Actually, that's another thing. That, like, they will take me for trainings. I'll be meeting with other teachers, and I'll be trained on how to deal with Japan kids, learn some basic Japan words and all that. They told me about that. But they're going to pay me for that. Okay? But before before those 2 months, you need to have your own money. But if you know for sure you're passionate about teaching, you're ready to migrate, because again, migrating to any country, it requires you to have money. Okay? It requires money. If you're immigrating to a country where you need to be independent, or you need to be by yourself, you need money. So this is what I understood. They need you to have around $5,000. That's around 500K, which is a bit much for, but it's not much compared to you paying for an agent to go to a country where you're not even having a job. You're not going. You don't know how to start. What you're going to find there, and so right. But with Interact, when you get a job, you're 100% sure. I have a job. I've secured a job. I have my contract. Take my visa. Actually, visas to Japan are not hard to get. It's not like applying for a Canadian visa or any other European visa. It's very easy. You have your documents, you apply, and then you're going to get your visa, pay for your ticket, and then go to Japan and start work. Right? So at some point it's fair, but if you don't have money, then that's where the problem comes in. Because you need money with border.
So I agree with you. I actually didn't know that requirement about border link, because personally I have not gone through border link, but I know Interact, they tell you to have 250K.
Yes. Okay.
That's like 250K Kenya. But you know the good thing about Interact, wanakukopesha. They loan you some money. They loan you some money, and then they deduct from you slowly. So
they loan you after you arrive. When do they loan you the money?
You
go after you arrive.
So they loan you the cash, so that when you get there, they deduct. When you get here and you start working, they deduct. But again, I say what Pauline has said. So Pauline said, you get paid after the 2 months. So Pauline, if you're gonna be paid, if you're getting paid 300, at the end of the 2 months you'll be paid 600. Right? So even if you had borrowed, like the idea you said, borrow here, borrow there, borrow here, and you get the money, you can be able to do what? To pay back at the end of the month. That's right. To send it in 3 months' time, or sometime you'll be able to do that. But again, what I usually say is you can also reach out to them. Because again, I see they want to see your seriousness. How serious are you that you want to come? So they don't want to bank on someone they're not. But when you show the commitment, they know that you're very serious. So I would have, if I have raised 100, I would go to them and tell them this is how much I've been able to raise.
Actually, this is what they ask you when you're doing their job application form. They ask you, there's a question they ask, how much do you think you'll be able to have when, like, after you deduct your ticket, after you deduct your visa money, how much will you be able to have? You see? So again, if they're coming for you, if they're interested in you, trust me, they're going to help you. Because right now I've been getting their email. I got the second interview, and I also got an interview later asking me what my plan are. Because all those people who are applying with border links, you're going to be this year 2023. It's for the year 2023. Okay, and that's around maybe March or February there. I don't know. I'm not sure, but it's around March, April there. So you have enough time to prepare yourself. And for those who haven't applied with BorderLink yet, or those people who haven't gone for the interview, this is my advice for you. Try as much as you can to participate in that interview. Because the first interview will be between 5 people. You'll be 5 people from different nationalities, different countries. And what will make you be chosen for the next interview, which will be a solo interview, is how much or how good you're going to participate in the first interview. They want that. Because like in my interview, so many people, some people are very quiet, like they were waiting for others to speak for them to speak. And even some were waiting until their names are called out. And these interviews are group-based discussion. Like they'll ask you, what challenges are you expecting to have while teaching in Japan? And then they'll give you like 10 minutes to discuss that among yourself. So if you're just there listening and not saying anything, of course, the interviewer is there listening to you guys. Like he's listening, he's taking notes, he knows this person. This, the other person contributed to this and all that.
Yes.
So there's someone who's asking, how much is their visa?
Oh, actually, that's something else I wanted to mention: visa and the transport, airfare. So visa is not expensive. Visa is when I was applying, it was 2,000 and something, but now I know it's 3,000 shillings. Yeah, it's about 3,000. Yeah. And the visa takes about 5 days. So if you're in Kenya, the visa office is called Upper Hill, yeah, and it takes only 5 days. Then this is another tip, Pauline, for people. If you know you're coming, if you get confirmed and you get the letters and you know for sure you're coming in January, buy your ticket early. Because if you buy your ticket early, yes, for me, I got a ticket of 80K. The good thing, you only buy one-way ticket. Yeah. So you don't need a round ticket. So one-way ticket, and I can tell you, it will not be more than 100. A friend of mine told me she got one for 70K. And for me, when I was coming, I got with Ethiopian Airline. Yeah, go for Ethiopian Airline are cheaper, especially if you book early. So it's around 70, 80K. So that's a very important thing to remember, yeah. So,
yeah, again, you see, as you said, maybe let's say the ticket is around 100K. On the higher side, right? So if you have 100K, if you have like 250 or 200K, you can use the 100K for the ticket and the visa. You can say the 100K is for my visa and the ticket. And then if they have already selected, you tell them you only have 100K. That is $1,000 with you. Now, if they can loan you or if they can help you in getting a house there and then pay after, like deduct from your salary, well and good. I don't see a problem with that because, again, communication is very important. You don't have to act rich or act as if like they don't want me. That's why they're asking for this much money and all that. Because there's always a way out. If you have
there's a way. Pauline, for example, for me, when I got now my job, although mine is a private school, so they paid for me my fare. But guys, nilikuwa nimesota, nilikopa 10K. Nilikopa 10K ya pocket money. Mimi nilikuja na 10K. That's $100. 10K. That's what I came with. And because I also told my boss, Manzemi, I have nothing. I can't afford even the airfare. So the good thing is my boss offered to pay for me that. So please talk. Don't really. Sometimes it's good to speak out for yourself, but then also be smart. Don't speak out saying you are doing your group interview.
Yes.
Just wait until you go through the process, and then you can speak for yourself and say, and also don't say you have nothing. Try to raise something. Me, if I was the one, let me tell you, Pauline, me, I would join a circle right
Mhm.
now and put in some money, and then when it comes to that time, nichukue loan. Yeah,
Yeah, video
because
circles are very important. That's an,
yeah,
but these are talks that we are going to be having this talk. I guess this is the start of something good, and as
yes,
time goes, we're going to make it a routine. Like every Sunday, we'll be having a topic that can help us as people and also as teachers or
yes,
anyone or any other person who is here. So there's a question. The rating
mm.
accountant is asking, how did you tell them like you didn't have money? How do you approach
Well,
them? That's what she's asking.
I well, for me, first of all, I like I said, be really smart. I waited until I went through the process and it was now time to travel, and I mentioned that I'm ready, but my only challenge is financial. I don't have. I can pay for my visa, yeah, and all these things. Because again, I explained that I have to buy some things that I can't find there to bring. So I said, could you kindly? And sometimes you can just write an email, yeah, and express yourself, and just say that it's okay. You can, but first of all, come and say, I have been able to raise this amount, but I'm reaching to see if you could actually support me with the rest of the amount. Yeah. But
Yeah,
please do your part. Do your part to just raise some good amount. Ndio hata ukienda uambie you've raised this, they'll see the effort. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
So
that's
I
why
think
I'm
that's
telling you guys, at least have $1,000 with you. No, no, if
yeah.
you have that's 100K, and if that's the only amount you have also with ticketing and everything, it's good because you can always go back to them and tell them like this is the amount of money I have, because $1,000 again, it's not small money, it's much money, you know.
Yeah.
And another thing I'll talk about, I will try to like put in this conversation is try to apply to all web hiring agencies. Don't just go for Borderlink and Interact.
Yeah.
It's Jolly Joy has a video, or yeah, in her YouTube channel where she has given out all the links to those websites. You can go and check on her YouTube channel, subscribe, and try to apply in each and every hiring agency in those websites. So I don't know if it's my network or it's Jolly Joy network. I'm not sure. Let me see. Okay. So if you have any question, this is the best time to do that because we have like 10 minutes.
Oh, I think Jolly Joy is having challenges with network. Huh? I'm trying to read the
Yeah,
comments.
I'll add her.
Oh, she's coming back. Uh,
That's
I,
welcome.
uh,
So,
so,
John,
Jolly Joy, is there something else? I know Pauline will put the names of those, the links and the names of those places where people can search for those jobs, because I know some of the
Yeah.
people are not able to get the names of those websites clearly from
Yeah.
verbalization.
Okay. Well, that's okay.
another thing, there's a question for you.
Yeah.
Noni, the health educator, is asking, please address the age limit, especially for people with families.
Oh yeah.
The age limits. I know the maximum age is it 60? Yeah, I have to check. 60 or 66, yeah? That's 60 is the age limit, yeah?
So it's like in
So
Kenya.
yeah, I think so. I think just like in Kenya, that's the age limit, yes. So that's good.
Which is good.
And the other thing, in the future video, let's talk about family, yeah? Because
Yeah.
Japan is very supportive of family. You can bring your family, say if you're married and you have a husband or a wife and children, you can bring them here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the system is very supportive of family if you have family. So yeah, so that's very important. I have made friends here who have family. Yeah, they have children and they're living here with their spouses.
So, Jolly Joy, how much time does it take from start to finish up until you reach Japan? There's an echo somewhere, but I can still hear you.
Yeah, I don't know what the echo is from. Sorry, Jackson, I didn't hear your question. Please come again.
How much time does it take from the time you start the process, the interview, up until you start working in Japan? Approximately, maybe.
Approximately, I would say approximately 3 to 6 months. But it also depends with the urgency of how long the company wants you, how much. But I know there's something that they apply that is called the certificate of eligibility. That takes some time. So to get that
Mm-hmm.
certificate, because that's the certificate that gives you need to have when you go to the embassy. The embassy will need to see that to give you the visa.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get to the airport, at the airport, as you do your immigration check-in and all that, that's where you get your residency card.
Mm.
So yeah, so that's why you need that certificate of eligibility. So it takes about 3 months. They say
Mm.
about 3 months, but sometimes it can come out earlier. So yeah, but that's how far. Sometimes you may need you may find an employer who needs a teacher urgently. Maybe the teacher is resigning or is going back to their country, so they
Mm.
may probably speed up your process.
Okay.
Okay, to add on,
Do you sign
to
a
add on what
contract? For how
Mhm.
long is the contract you sign to start working? How long is the contract?
So the contract is usually 1 year renewable, yeah. So 1 year
Uh,
renewable. Again, now actually, Jackson, it's important it's good that you've mentioned about that because another interview question that will be asked is how long do you intend to be in Japan? Yeah.
mm,
And this question comes at the point where they're asking you, what are your long-term goals or where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? So
mhm,
they want to know if you're going to come and then in the middle of the contract you resign. So they want to know, they want to be sure that they're not making a mistake with you. So you need to show them that you have interest in being in Japan for a long time. Yeah.
time. Oh,
So
mm,
yeah, and also the other thing that you need to, as you prepare for your interview, one other question that will always come up is why Japan? Why did you choose
mhm,
Japan? Yeah. So, and with this question, I would say just be very creative with the question and also, yeah, be very creative because you can say, some people say, oh, I've always been interested in Japanese food and, or always been interested in Japanese culture and I want to get to know more about Japanese culture. Or for me, this is what I said. Funny though, I said my father's first car was a Toyota, and that's the first time I heard about Japan. So I was always curious to know about. So
okay.
just be very
Yes.
be very creative on how you say that.
So,
But
so,
but at the end of the day, let them see that you're really passionate. Don't talk
mm,
about the money. Don't talk about the money part. Let the passion. Just show them that you're really passionate and interested. Yes,
okay.
Jackson.
Uh, Okay, I know we are running short of time, but I'll not let you go before I ask you this, because I know so many people listening who will listen to the live later will want to
Yeah.
know after the contract, does the government of Japan encourage people to remain, or it wants you to do your tour of duty and go back to your country, or there are pathways whereby you can live there permanently after now you finish your tour of duty?
Actually, the employers they want to keep you. So
Mhm.
after some of them renew some. I don't know if they give you a long-term contract, by the way, but I know after every year they renew your contract. Yeah, after every year they'll renew. So they'll keep renewing the contract after every year. So I can tell you, Japan is not a place where you wake up one day and be told, wake up and go back. No, it's very friendly to foreigners. I would say that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But
let me read
unless
some
of course
questions
you
for you.
misbehave, sorry, unless of course you misbehave or break the laws, that way you'll be shown the door. But yeah.
I know there's a lot we are leaving behind, so maybe we create another time. We create another live because there is a lot to be discussed in those fine details about those stories.
Yes, yes, I agree.
So before we go, I'll add something on what Jackson asked about time limit, like how long does
Mm,
the process take? For me, this is what I'll say. You see, with
yes.
Borderlink right now, they are recruiting, and we
Mm,
are in let's say September, right? October, September,
yes.
they're recruiting, but they're recruiting for year 2023. So let's
Yes.
say
Mm.
it's around 3 to 6 months, which is
Mm,
enough time for you to look for money and to plan yourself. If you have a family and you need to move in with them, it will be very
Mm.
nice for you to prepare during this time. And then there's someone
Mm.
who asked about immigrating with their kids. I guess yes, you
mm,
can, because Japan is most it's like Thailand, okay, and it's not like
yeah.
Middle East where you're not supposed like to raise a family. They are okay with you raising a family. You can even have kids while
Mm,
still in Japan, you know.
Mm.
So you can move in with your kids immediately, like when you're going, or you can leave your kids or your family behind. You go there, work for 1 year or some few months, and then
yeah.
go back for your kids or your family. So Joy, there's
Okay.
another question for you. Please, Joy, you also try to talk if there's other job other than teaching in Japan.
Yes. Okay.
So
Yeah. So yeah, what I'd say with about that is I'm still doing my research on other jobs. I've come across people talking about other jobs, but I wouldn't want to give information that I'm not sure about. So,
okay.
but
Mm.
guys, soon as I get solid information and a path, like the way we have border link where you have a link, you go and apply. So soon as we have
Mm.
such information, we are definitely going to come back here and share with you.
We have echo.
Oh, I
We
don't
have
know
a next.
why.
Yeah.
Okay. I know, Pauline, we are almost 1 hour since we started, so I think we're about to finish. And what I can tell you is there are so many links which I think, Pauline, you'll share in the comment section so that people can go and click them. Because even me, I don't know the spelling of interact. Jolly Joy.
Yeah, interact. It's
We still have the echo.
INTERAC. I don't know why I have an echo. Ama, is if there's someone who has opened the YouTube and is on is live, maybe that's why. Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
my end is closed. Yeah, I don't know why. But anyway, sorry guys.
But
We
I
can
can hear
hear.
you. I can hear you, both of you. I don't know where the echo is coming from. I don't know.
Okay.
So, anything else? Pauline? Pauline is
Uh
frozen.
yeah,
There's a
Pauline.
question here.
Yes.
Joy, there's someone who's asking, kuna kitu people are not asking. If someone has only class 8 certificates, how can you help them, please?
Okay. I really don't know how to answer that. Jackson, can you help?
Uh, what I can say, I don't know so much about Japan, but the world has
Mm,
so many opportunities for everyone because we cannot
yeah.
all zero in on Japan. So you get yourself, you see what opportunity is available for you with your situation in life. That's what I can say.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, all is not lost. I believe the opportunities even in Canada, right, Pauline?
Mm.
It's just that I don't know. The only thing I know for sure, because that's what I have experience in, is teaching. Yeah, but as I said, soon as I come across other opportunities, like that don't require so much education degrees and diplomas, then I would surely be back to share with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so to wrap it out, this is what I would say. It has been a good session. It's the first. It's our first time to be here on YouTube, and I think we're going to make it a routine. We'll be just be switching One, maybe next weekend, it's Joy who is going to host us. The next weekend, we'll have Jackson. And then we'll try to tackle each and every question that you guys have in all aspects, you see? Because like today, there are
Yes.
so many new questions that I've seen that I've never thought about. So many of
Yeah.
them that I've never thought about. So I'm going to
Yes.
note them down, and maybe in future we are going to plan on how we are going to be like talking about them. Maybe we are going also to have guests come in. We're going to find people who can come
Mhm.
in, have information and
Yes.
all that. But it has been a very good start, and
Yes.
I thank each and every person who have showed up
Mm.
today. Thank you. It's Jolly
Yes.
Joy, and you can follow her on TikTok. It's Jolly Joy. I
Yes.
guess it's the same name.
Yes.
Subscribe to her YouTube channel. She has a lot of information about Japan.
Mm.
Actually, she's on the
Yes.
ground, so you can always ask
Yes.
her more about that. She has
Yeah.
also linked the website where you can apply for those jobs on her YouTube channel. And
Mm.
then we have Jackson Muindi, who has also a YouTube channel. You can subscribe to his
Yeah.
YouTube channel. He's also very famous there on TikTok. He talks about a lot of stuff, how you can immigrate to different countries, a student, scholarship, all that. I guess everything that you need to know because, again, all this information is such a book. It's something that you can do research on. But when we come together, maybe two or three people will be able like
Yeah.
to bring in ideas and all information together and try to share them
Yeah.
with you guys. So thank you so much for
Mm.
giving me
Thank
this
you.
opportunity to host you. It has been
Thank
awesome.
you.
I don't know what I
Yes.
can say. Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Pauline, too. Thank you for the joy. And I'll sign off. And we arrange for another live with the in the channel of where do I point? In Jolly Joy's
Yeah.
channel. Go and
Yes.
see what we can do in your channel. I know you have a lot you need to tell us. And I know najua
Yes.
sahii imefika saa 4 kwako Jolly Joy.
Really? Yeah, that's
So
right.
So we can
So,
allow it.
and
I'm
so
through me.
okay, thank you so much, Jackson. You guys are amazing. I see the kind of things you share. Honestly, if those people who follow you, their lives are not being changed, honestly, they have a problem because they better change with all this good information. Yeah, and thank you. This has
Yeah.
been a wonderful session. So I hope we will still do another session because we've not really covered all the interview questions that you actually probably going to be asked. So we're going to cover that in the future and cover about class management. How do you manage a class and
Mm,
all that? So we have so many things to share just to empower each other and to help
mm,
each other prepare well and even just talk, we will also talk about what do you even pack if you got that job, what do you pack from Kenya, you know?
mm.
So
So it
yeah,
will be
so
like
this
a
is
series of videos. We're going to
yes,
have
Yeah.
like
that's
a
right.
movie with episodes and
Yes.
series. So I hope you guys and this is what I'm going to say. I guess we can avail ourselves in like every Sunday.
Mm,
Yes.
Weekdays may be a bit tricky depending mostly because of you, Joy, because of the timing. But me and
Mm.
Jackson, we can also be having like this session in between the week. But on
Yes.
Sundays, we can be having it, the three of us or any other person who would be interested. But next week
Yeah.
on Sunday, let's just make it clear. Joy is
Mm.
going to host us on her YouTube channel. So if you haven't
Yes.
subscribed to her YouTube channel, just go and do that.
Mm.
Put
Yeah.
the bell icon on so that when you go live, you'll be notified, or when she posts some videos, you will know. And
Yeah.
she has a lot on her YouTube channel about Japan and many other things. So
mm.
Yes, that's right.
can we call it a day? Because it's
Yeah.
Yes, let's
exactly
call it,
1 minute to
let's
one
call it a
hour.
night.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye,
Okay,
guys.
bye, everybody. Good night.